GTA San Andreas. We're doing the collectibles, the Oyster locations, 1 through 10, AA Gamer for Life. Okay, now this is not your standard way of collecting the oysters. This is the very beginning of the game. I've done a few things, like I've done the ambulance and the fire, and just to make some money. But as you can see on the map here that the houses are all red. So Las Venturas is not open yet, so that means that as I'm collecting these oysters, going to be under 4 stars. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I like having the collectibles that does something for you in the beginning of the game. And anybody that's played this game and trying to get the girlfriends to be your girlfriend, they got these requirements. Certain clothes, you have to be skinny, you need to be fat. But if you have all the oysters, they just automatically become your girlfriend. So it's just something I do in the beginning of the game. I want to get it done. So yes, I'm going to die quite a bit or get wasted a lot. So as you can see, we're at the north of County right there, right by the bridge. Right between the center of the bridge is our first oyster. And right across from Palomino Creek, this boat by this landing is always here, the Jetmax. And you can get up onto this dock without going up to the upper stairs, and you won't get 4 stars. So you can get up into this boat. There's always armor there. So by all means, grab the armor. As you can see, my CJ is real skinny. His lung capacity is real low, so he can't stay underwater for too long. But we're going to go after the second oyster. It's at the very northern part of this corner up here. Once we start cruising around, we're going to have 4 stars. And once we start collecting these, we will have 4 stars. Now, I'm going to show you where all the locations are, but if you're just curious about the Los Santos oysters, those are going to be at the end of the oyster collection, so there are going to be several videos ahead here, but this is 1 through 10, and like I mentioned, this is why I do this in the beginning of the game, because I want all the oysters, and then later on as I'm playing the game, when I meet the girls, they just automatically ask for my phone number. I don't have to jump through hoops. I don't have to do anything. I forget, I think Helena, you needed to have like under 20% muscle mass. Barbara, you had to be fat. I don't remember what the Katie was, the nurse. But whatever the situation is, this is why I do it. I just the kind of gamer that I like having this stuff, in the beginning of the game. I'll max out all my weapons, get hitman levels, all that right at the beginning of the game. I don't want to play the game and not have max weapon levels and stuff like that. So I've read lots of forums where people went off and did the snapshots and horseshoes in the beginning of the game, and they're doing them all under 4 stars, and I don't see the point. It doesn't do nothing for you. I mean, you get your weapons, obviously money, but money really isn't an issue. I mean, once you get a little bit of money, you can just go to the off-track betting place and get as much money as you want. I actually had almost like $12 million. Anyway, there's our third oyster. Okay, so that's going to take care of the 3 oysters on the outer part of Las Venturas. Now we need to kind of head inland a little bit. And there's a helicopter just north of the airport, the abandoned airport. And we're going to use that to kind of get over to the north side of the dam area. Now the thing is you want to be careful. The Harriers are out there. As soon as you're trying to take flight with an aircraft, he's going to come try to shoot your ass down. So it's not something like, well, I'll just use a helicopter to get to these areas. It's just not going to be that easy. Anyway, I drove past this point, but then I came back This is just north of the abandoned airport. This Sparrow is always here. And what we want to do is we want to get to the water area north of the dam. There's no other way to get to it from the outer perimeter, so you're going to have to head inland a little bit to get there. Okay, that's where we're heading. And the reason why I do this is because even if you get wasted, the collection of the oyster still counts. So you see the red triangle up there, that means they're up there ready to try to shoot me down, or they already sent a missile at me. So I want to try to stay low and get to the water as quick as possible, and do not get back in this helicopter. There's I believe 2 oysters out in this area, so once you get on the water, just stay swimming out there. Don't try to get back up into the helicopter. There's a good chance he can shoot you down, because it happened to me. Alright, so our next oyster's at the end of this dock right here, so just get this thing in the water and start swimming and just deal with it. So as you can see that my stamina is real low. I just made sure that I had some food in me, so as I'm doing this, I'm building up stamina, I'm building up muscle, and I cut a lot of it out. Like right here, I went back for the helicopter, but do not do that. Just head to the next oyster location. There's 2 more in this area, and just swim to it. You'll see that in a second. I'm going to mark them on the map here. Okay, just south and to the left a little bit, the gray road there that has the water cutting off into it. And the next oyster is right between the bridge area. Okay, right there. Okay, so I'm actually back because I took the helicopter up and then I got my ass shot down by the stupid Harrier. So to avoid that, just swim over there. For some reason out in this area, you don't get the cops in the boats, but you know the helicopter will try to shoot you down, and then they'll fall off the bridge or whatever. It's pretty cool once they if they wind up in the water, they're going to die. I guess they can't swim. So anyway, there's our 5th oyster. From here, we're just going to head over to the pillar of the dam, or the inlet, whatever you want to call it. That's going to be our next oyster right there. Okay, between the inlet and the dam, I believe is the oyster. You can see it right there. So as I'm swimming, I would stay underwater as long as possible, just to get the lung capacity built up. The thing is like I believe there's only one mission in the game where it's actually even helpful to have your lung capacity full. But anyway, we're in the water. We're going to do that. So from that point, south of the dam is some oysters. So I tried to get to there, but I ended up getting wasted. So since I died and I'm back to the boat area again, I'm going to go ahead and inland on Las Venturas and get the oysters in there. Now there's several pools of water out here that have oysters, so again, it's all about, you know, evading these 4 stars. So this dock area is a nice place to get into. You get your armor, and as soon as you get up there, you might get lucky and find a bike, or you know, whatever, you know, jack a vehicle, and then head to the north corner here to the V-Rock Hotel, and then up here is a pool, a Y-shaped guitar pool, and just head up there. There's an oyster and a horseshoe there, but I don't collect the horseshoe. I'm gonna collect that when I do the horseshoes later in the game, but we're just here for the oyster right now. Okay, so that's our number 7. Okay, just south of here is another pool. Mark it on the map here. It's definitely puts a level of challenge in here to go off into these restricted areas to collect oysters. I kind of dig it. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, you know. If you just want to know the locations, then, you know, wait till you get all the areas unlocked and then go for the oysters if you're just looking to get your 100%. But like I mentioned before, the reason why we're doing this is so our max appeal or sex appeal is maxed out, even though the bar doesn't get totally full. If you just follow any of the dating videos, you'll see when I walk up to Helen, I don't have to do a shooting contest or anything. She just automatically asks me for my phone number. Okay, so you head to this other hotel. There's the next body of water. As you see, I lost my motorcycle and I'm just doing what I gotta do to get around. Okay, our next oyster is going to be in the entrance of the Camelot Casino, I believe it's called. Under the weapon selection, I'll show you how you get the minigun. So I'm used to coming out to Los Venturas in the beginning part of the game. When I start to actually do the missions in Los Santos, the big smoke, and you know, when you meet Sweet and Kendall in the beginning part of the game and all that, by that time I've already done like all the spray tags and possibly the vigilante. I like having my armor at 150, and in order to do the vigilante you need to have the minigun. So alright, so there's our number 9. Basically that body of water we just pulled up to. I had to run around, I didn't see it at first. Okay, so from here we're gonna head up to the Pirates, the Pirate Man Den or whatever it's called, just north of here. Okay, I didn't make it. That's the challenge about doing it. It doesn't always work. So anyway, after we get back to the dock here, grab your armor, head up this way. As soon as you break that next set of stairs, you'll have a bunch of cops greet you. You know, do what you gotta do. As you can see, I took a lot of damage getting to this point again, so just there in the north corner is the Oyster. Okay, so that's number 10. If you like the videos, you can always support us by checking out the ads.